Hello, you guys. Green Guy 8 here, and welcome to my very first podcast. I probably should have mentioned the name. The name of the podcast is called GreenLight PodCast. Sorry if you hear any background noise. That's just noise. Anyway, let's get started. So because this is my first time, I decided to focus a lot more on stop motion stuff. Aside from doing reaction videos of stop motion stuff that I see on YouTube, I decided to just look up some random stop motion news on Google, and this is what I came across: Stop Motion Magazine, all stop motion stuff. So it's perfect for me. It's like it was made for me or something. And also, I want to apologize. I am incredibly sick. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna be looking for a story. Happy Honda Days stop motion Christmas commercials. And apparently Honda has the rights to Care Bears. I didn't know that. Alright, let's see it. So, reading from this. For a few years now, Honda has been producing holiday commercials in stop motion animation. Happy Honda Days commercials use the toys of generations past to sell their vehicles in a fun and cheerful way. This year, we can see Care Bears, the $6 Million Man. Oh, that's what it is. I thought it was G.I. Joe. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Huh. Okay. The series of commercials were produced by Screen Novelties in California. Check out the commercials below. Alright, let's check them out. First one is with the Care Bears. So, let's take a look at that. I'm going to turn this up here. Alright, let's check it out.
Hey, it's your old cuddle buddy, Grumpy Bear.
And me, Cheer Bear.
Remember how happy you were when you got us for the holidays?
Yeah, happy.
Get that feeling again with the Honda CR-V during Happy Honda Days.
Hooray.
It's a 2018 KBB.com Best Buy.
Woo.
And it comes with standard multi-angle
Whoopee.
rear view camera.
Yay.
Are you done?
Yay.
Get something you'll love during Happy Honda Days.
Wow, that's actually kind of cool. So, for those of you who aren't savvy in stop motion like I am, not boasting, as a stop motion animator, I can tell what techniques they use. Well, not even like a professional stop motion animator, really. I'm just a guy who knows a lot about stop motion. But anyway, the technique they actually used in that was, I guess... They basically just did a blue screen or green screen overlay, which basically physically they're not in the car, but they just propped it in a way that it looks like they are. Some shots they actually were, some shots they weren't. So it's kind of a clear indicator, but it's very fun to watch. It's very fun to watch. I liked it. All right, next one is $6 Million Man. Let's check it out.
Again with the Honda Accord. They really did build the Accord better,
oh, wow.
Stronger, faster. Get something you'll love during Happy Honda Days.
They spammed that sound effect so many times. But with him, I can actually tell they use replacement animation for his head. So that's cool. Huh. Alright, let's take a look at this. Last one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trying to sell us a car. Let's see.
Remember getting us for the holidays? You're like, whoa, Ninja Turtles! Then you lost us at camp. Get that feeling again with the Honda Pilot during Happy Honda Days.
It comes standard with Honda Sensing, a suite of safety and driver assist features.
Safety features are the key to happiness.
Or get tubular in the Honda Ridgeline. It has this lockable in-bed trunk.
You mean pizza compartment?
Ugh, so full. Get something you love during Happy Honda Days.
Wow, they actually got the real voices for that. That's cool. Goder Damarong to be shot on film CinemaScope. Okay, let's check it out on the web. So, Goder Damarong is a project by Theo Pangerilli Stefanski that is all stop motion shot on film. The project is currently in a fundraising phase on Kickstarter. Oh, that's cool. With a goal of 9,500 and ends in January 12, 2019. What makes this project so different than anything you have heard about is that it will be shot 100% on film using the rear projection technique developed by Ray Harryhausen. So, kind of like, for anyone out there who knows this film, kind of like Ray Harryhausen's freaking King Kong. That's one of them. I don't remember what year, but basically the old black and white King Kong. Jason and the Argonauts, that's a classic. Clash of the Titans, that's another one that they did. Let's see. The story is of two skeleton tribes who will meet on the plane of battle. A mountain tribe and a lowland tribe will fight for dominance over high land, okay, and a battle to the death, excuse me. And then there's just an in-joke, wink wink. Theo Penderilli Stepanski intends to use Michelle 35mm camera and use all the classical shooting techniques he can muster. With his prior experience as an animator and cameraman using film stock, he seems to feel confident producing such a monumental project and seeing it to completion. The project is to be filmed in the central coast of California at his facilities, and the production is estimated to complete in 2022. Oy, that's a long time. The budget of $9,500 is only part of the funding since Stefanski intends to put his own money and time into the project. The money raised will be used for film stock, developing, and other work related to the film and camera such as transfer from film to digital, or telesyn as the technique is called. I don't even know that. Prop, set, and puppet building. Big shout out to Chris Endicott for pointing out this project in a recent discussion. If you'd like to back the project, feel free to visit the Kickstarter at the following link. And that's the link right there. So I guess we could check this guy out. Let's see. Oh, wow! He's had this Kickstarter up for about 40 days, has 15 backers, and has so far raised up to $2,257. That is not bad. That really isn't bad at all. Huh. Well, Stefanski, I really hope that this kicks off, man. This looks really fun to watch. I love stop motion with a passion. Like, I envy anybody who's able to even get their projects off the ground like that. That is so cool. But yeah, so far, there's a lot of stop motion news here. But enough about those guys. Let's talk about me. Or lack thereof. Anyway, let's see. So I was thinking about, going to my DeviantArt page. This is just some crap I drew recently. And giving you guys some backstories on, some of the stuff that got me started on stop motion animating. So let's see here. Here we go. So this is when I was just starting to learn how to make stop motion puppets, and this is the first one that I made. Fun fact about this puppet in particular, though, I actually did like replacement method, which basically means like the wires and limbs of this puppet in particular could be replaced in case one limb breaks or it gets too loose, something like that. And it somewhat worked. Like the arms, legs, even the stomach and head are replaceable. But yeah, this is when I just started out. Looking back though, it looks decent in a photograph, but handling it physically, the torso especially was incredibly blocky. So I tried to like solder it down, the edges, to smoothen it out. And it somewhat worked, but then I kind of just gave up on it for personal reasons. But anyway, that's the story behind that photo. And then here's the other one I did. This is when I was experimenting with posable fingers, which was surprisingly very easy to make. It was essentially just making a wired hand and the equivalent of a microscopic felt glove with fingers. That's basically the whole process of it. The pain, the most painful part about it was turning the hand inside out so the seams were inside and didn't show outside. I actually had to use a very thin skewer just to get the fingers inside out, just so again the seams wouldn't show. But it worked out pretty well overall. Like each individual finger was posable and crap. And again, this puppet model in particular had replaceable limbs and detachable head, so that was good. That was definitely good. I think I made this a year ago too. Yep. And then there are these guys. So for those of you who followed me 2 years ago, when I just started my YouTube channel, I actually made a lot of, I guess, Toy Story themed characters. To this day, I'm still a toy fanatic, but I basically took a bunch of Bionicles and put felt and gloves over them and made these guys. I think this was the first one I made, actually. This one right here. Mona Lisa. Back then, looking back, I was always trying to be like very deep in story and shit. And then I actually went and found this Barbie at a garage sale and decided, you know what? I'm just gonna modify this thing. And then I made this. Oh man. Like, it's not too cringy, but I will say it was like the equivalent of trying to be edgy for the sake of being edge. So that's something. I'm trying to find... Here we go. This was my pride and joy back then. I made all these guys with Bionicle parts and... what are they called? Mittens? I used mittens for the... basically the entirety of the puppets themselves. I guess toys is the more practical term for these guys. But yeah, I was very proud of these guys. I made a lot of these. But then I decided to take them apart and crap. A lot of all these characters that you see right here are, I think even that one right there with the mohawk was in a stop motion I did at some point. Which was fun for a while. Which was fun. So I have been doing... I've been running my YouTube channel for about a year now. Not a year, sorry. About 2 years, going for 3 now. And I guess this is one of my most recent works. This one right here. He was in a stop motion short I did. I was practicing action scenes, and this guy was in it. And in a way, this is also me practicing my photography, which is not bad. I could personally say it's not bad. Like, I didn't even look up how to like do proper photography on YouTube. I was just like, oh, you know what? I have a very specific image, and I'm trying to capture it. You know. And then these are some of the most recent stop motion puppets I made. I actually went and bought all these guns that you see them using right now on eBay and Amazon for pretty good deals. They're originally for Figmas, believe it or not. But they're just the perfect size for what I needed, so I just went and bought them. These guys were originally supposed to be for like a stop motion short I was working on. But then I ran out of budget, so I had to postpone the project for a while, sadly. And then recently, if you guys are any of you guys who are subscribers who are watching this, this character right here is going to be in an upcoming stop motion short film that I'm going to be making, Warhead. For those of you who know anything about Bionicle or Hero Factory, he's essentially a mock. Mock is basically just, you know, making your own kind of Bionicle or Hero Factory character. And that's what I really like about the Bionicle and Hero Factory community. You can literally make your own action figure, essentially. Which is very cool. Which is very cool. And then this guy I just made recently, like I think a week ago. He's like the other main character in my project that I'm going to be working on. I don't know where I came up with the name Gunman, but it just stuck with me the moment I looked at him. Like, I wanted it to be campy and stupid, but clever at the same time. So that's where I got the idea to just name him Gunman. And while we're here, I might as well just show you guys. Again, I was working on a online original comic dub series that I really wanted to get off the ground. And this is all the drawings of it right here called Mad Love. It's basically about 2 gay hitmen who work for the Grim Reaper. I was going to say Gay Reaper. Anyway, so yeah. This is the very first drawings of the 3 that I did. This guy, this is Michael. Dude looks like he has jaundice, but I was trying to go for like a Adventure Time simple look. And this just came up. And also, this is when I just started learning how to draw digitally. With, I think it was Paint at the time. Yeah, it was Paint. Like MS Paint. So, personally, I can say it's not that bad. And this is the early version of Alex. And stupid comic here. And an early version of the Grim Reaper. Well, my version of him anyway. Who basically looks like a blanket with a bow tie. And then I improved. This one right here, I actually drew this guy first. And I can personally say it's one of my best when I was starting out. As you can see, it's very, very defined. I think a lot of people commented. Well, not even a lot, just 3 or 4. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I've been working on this alongside the same time I've been doing stop motion animation on YouTube and the comic dubs, which are not available anymore for reasons. These drawings right here is actually my art book when I used to work in security for Amazon. They had me stationed in one of the sections of the warehouse, and I was basically in charge of overseeing construction of a new bathroom they were building in the warehouse. So it was so boring, I was essentially, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to draw. So I drew a lot of the more Mad Love stuff that I was working on. And this is it right here. Some characters, some concept art. A friend of mine, actually, Al Neo, he's a security guard that I knew when I was stationed at Amazon. Hell of a tattoo artist, I gotta say. He's Samoan, and he drew this this battle axe right here, which is pretty badass. Mad props to him. There's another artist I knew, and he drew Raphael from TMNT on my other art book. It was pretty cool. And some more concept art. Over here, I had like this idea that whenever the Grim Reaper is out in public, regular people can only see it as one of these things, like a cat, a small child, or a crow. But he always had the bow tie, and he was always in black. That's what I wanted to that's what I wanted to do. And then some drawings of Alex in perspective drawings. I think this was a year ago as well. And I just really wanted to... This is when I had like a giant burst of creativity in terms of drawing. And then some more stuff I was drawing. Some random doodles. Some more doodles. So yeah, that's essentially it. I've been drawing Mad Love for like 2 years now. And I really want this to like go somewhere, but I haven't found... I guess I kind of lost the patience, so to speak, to like keep drawing these guys for now. In my opinion, honestly, the best recent drawing I ever did of Mad Love was this one right here. As soon as it comes up, here we go. This was easily the best one I ever done. This is one I was also still experimenting with the shading techniques for the Danny Phantom art style, the Butch Hartman art style, basically. So yeah, that is ask some stuff about Mad Love. Recently I have been getting back into drawing digitally, and keep in mind I draw digitally with a mouse. Like all this I done with a mouse. Apparently that's impressive in the digital art community. I did this with a mouse. I actually did all of these yesterday, late last night, until morning. I was like, you know what? I have a random burst of creativity. I'm just gonna draw. I'm just gonna draw for like, I think it took me, a good 6-8 hours for all of these. This one's my personal favorite. I always had this idea of like a giant buff looking coated guy, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but anyway, he's like in a science coat and shit. He has this hood on with goggles. So that's something I always wanted to do, and I finally did it. I could personally say it looks good. It definitely looks good to me. And then I drew like these super heroines. I just gave them stupid names, like whatever came to my mind first. Like this chick, her name's Sunray. She has the power of the sun and crap. No story, nothing really behind it. Just random characters that I draw. This one is clearly just Spider-Man if it was a female and was blue. So that's that. I named her Nightbite just because, let's see, what's something night related? And I think, oh, don't let the bed bugs bite, sleep tight, night stuff. So yeah, I just gave her that name. I don't know, I just like cartooning a lot. At least that's what I'm going to call it. Just drawing cartoons and shit. And then I drew this random guy. And then another fire-related superheroine. She's like the little sister or some shit. I don't know. I was going off like on the idea of like sun-related superpowered chicks. So I drew that. And then this one, I have no shame of drawing this one. It's essentially a twink. That's all you gotta know. It's just a twink. So yeah, that's what I have been up to recently. Let me see if I can bring it up, actually. Here we go. Oh, hey. I have a new follower. Nice. I've been getting a lot of followers recently on my casting call page. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys my most recent project that I have been working on. And fun fact, this is actually how I got most of the voice actors for the comic dubs I've done in the past. As you can see here. The only comic dub that never went off the ground was Float Sam, which I really wanted it to, but I couldn't find anybody. So maybe in the later future on my other YouTube channel, I'll probably get back on Float Sam, because that artist, he's been doing pretty good. I've been following him for a while now. Anyway, this is my upcoming stop motion project. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of half-assed it on this video right here. Let's take a look. There's no sound or anything. And my nephew is crying. I don't know if you guys are hearing that. You probably are. But my nephew, every time he wakes up, he just wants to cry. He's about like 6 months now. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working on that. So far, I actually got somebody to voice Warhead. And very good voice. I love his voice. Check this out.
I don't want to fight you. It would not be fair. Okay, guess we are fighting then.
So yeah, his name is Kit Fizz. He's gonna be voicing Warhead, so look forward to that. And when I first heard this, I typed Optimus Prime who acts like Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Perfect. So yeah, I really love that take. I'm still looking for someone to voice Gunman. And I guess what I'm going for Gunman is Chris Pratt, because that's where the figure's head is from. Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So yeah, essentially someone who sounds like Chris Pratt or close. I think that's his name. Let me see. I'm going to look up his name. Chris Pratt. Yeah, Chris Pratt. Who could forget that face? Anyway, so yeah, that is all I have been working on as of recently. I'm just going to check out the guy who's following me. Young Shady Glenn is now following me. Huh, cool. Apparently this dude does commercials.
Nerf, the new modulus regulator with customizable add-ons and a fire selector switch.
Oh, no way! That's the guy? Oh, that is awesome. I feel honored. He's the narrator from the Nerf commercials. That's cool. I like that. Alright. Yeah, Casting Call is easily one of the best websites you could ever use for like voiceovers, commercials, comic dubs especially. So anyone who's wanting to start comic dubbing and you need to find voice actors, Casting Call Club, definitely a good start. Anyway, so that is that. I guess that'll be all for today. I'm definitely going to try to do more of these alongside with some more stop motion reaction videos, especially one of those again, because I actually miss doing reaction videos. But comment down below if you guys want to see more of these podcasts. Either way, I'm going to be making them regardless, so yeah. But thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.